For centuries, one creature has haunted the human imagination, a monstrous fusion of animals that defies logic and stirs fear, the chimera. But what if there's more to this legendary being than we've been told? What if its story hides a secret that connects myth, history, and perhaps even science? Today, we'll unravel the hidden layers of the chimera's tale, diving deep into ancient texts, the evolution of myths, and modern interpretations that might just change how you see this creature forever. The chimera first emerged in the myths of ancient Greece, a land where gods and monsters intertwined to shape the world. According to the Iliad, written by Homer, the chimera was a fire-breathing beast with the body of a lion, the head of a goat rising from its back, and the tail of a serpent. But where did such an idea come from? Was it purely the imagination of a storyteller? Or could it have been inspired by something real? Let's start with the basics. The word chimera itself. Derived from the Greek word chimera, it translates to she-goat. Some historians argue this name hints at the animal's goat-like appearance, but others see it as a deeper metaphor, a fusion of different creatures symbolizing chaos or unnatural blending. It's a theme we'll revisit later, as it appears repeatedly in history and even biology. One of the most famous stories involving the chimera is the tale of Bellerophon, the hero tasked with slaying this beast. With the help of the winged horse Pegasus, Bellerophon soared above the chimera and struck it down with a spear. But here's where things get interesting. Ancient depictions of the chimera in art often vary. Some sculptures show a terrifying monster, while others depict it almost as a majestic guardian. Why this duality? Could it be that the chimera wasn't always seen as a villain? Now, let's look at other cultures. Did you know creatures similar to the chimera exist in myths around the world? In Mesopotamia, the Anzu bird, a lion-headed eagle, bears a striking resemblance. In Hindu mythology, the Sharaba combines traits of a lion and an eagle. Could these myths share a common origin, or are they independent creations reflecting a universal human fascination with hybrid creatures? As we transition to the medieval era, the chimera's image evolved. In Europe, it became a symbol of warning and danger, often depicted in manuscripts and cathedral carvings. But here's a twist. During the Renaissance, natural philosophers began to study hybrid creatures scientifically. Some even speculated about whether creatures like the chimera could have existed, a tantalizing mix of biology and mythology. And then there's the scientific chimera. In modern biology, a chimera refers to an organism containing cells from two different species. For example, researchers have created sheep-human hybrids in labs to study organ transplants. It's as if the mythological chimera has leapt from the pages of ancient texts into the world of genetic engineering. Is it possible that the ancient myths foreshadowed this blending of species? Let's dig deeper. Could the chimera have been based on fossil evidence? Some scientists suggest that ancient Greeks might have stumbled upon dinosaur fossils, inspiring tales of monstrous creatures. The Protoceratops, for example, has features that could be interpreted as lion-like and serpent-like. This theory suggests the chimera wasn't born from pure imagination, but from interpreting the remnants of Earth's past. But what if the chimera was more than a creature? Some scholars propose it was a metaphor. Ancient Greece was a melting pot of cultures, beliefs, and influences. Could the chimera symbolize the fear of mixing, the blending of cultures, ideas, or even species that felt unnatural or threatening? This fear of the other is a recurring theme throughout history. As we approach the modern age, the chimera has taken on new life in literature, movies, and games. It's no longer confined to Greek mythology. Whether as a monster in a video game or a character in a fantasy novel, the chimera has become a symbol of the uncanny, a being that challenges boundaries. But why does it endure? What is it about this creature that continues to captivate us? Perhaps the chimera's secret lies in what it represents: the blurring of lines between human and animal, between reality and imagination, between what we know and what we fear to discover. As we explore the mysteries of life, the chimera reminds us that the unknown is both terrifying and beautiful. A chimera is a mythical creature from ancient Greek mythology, renowned for being a fascinating and terrifying blend of multiple animals. According to classical accounts, the chimera had the body of a lion, a goat's head emerging from its back, and a tail that ended with a serpent's head. This bizarre fusion of animal traits symbolized chaos and the unnatural, and it was said to breathe fire, making it one of the most fearsome monsters of Greek legend. The chimera's story is most famously recounted in Homer's Iliad, where it is described as a fire-breathing beast of immense power. The hero Bellerophon, riding the winged horse Pegasus, was tasked with defeating this creature. Using his aerial advantage, Bellerophon struck the chimera with a spear, ending its reign of terror. This tale highlights not only the chimera's monstrous nature, but also the ingenuity and bravery required to overcome it. Beyond its mythological origins, the chimera has become a symbol with deep metaphorical meanings. In ancient Greece, it may have represented the fear of unnatural combinations or the disruption of natural order. Over time, the term chimera evolved to describe anything fantastical or impossible. Today, it is often used metaphorically to signify unattainable dreams or wild, imaginative ideas. Interestingly, the concept of the chimera extends beyond mythology into the realm of science. In biology, a chimera refers to an organism containing cells from two or more distinct species. This can occur naturally, such as in cases of chimera twins, or artificially, as seen in modern genetic engineering experiments. These scientific chimeras, though far removed from the fire-breathing beast of legend, embody the blending of different elements to create something entirely new. The chimera's image also appears in various cultures and art forms around the world. Similar hybrid creatures, like the Mesopotamian Anzu bird or the Hindu Sharaba, suggest a universal human fascination with the idea of combining animals into one being. These myths may reflect humanity's attempt to make sense of the natural world, drawing on imagination to explain the unexplainable. In contemporary culture, the chimera lives on as a popular symbol in literature, video games, and films. It often represents the uncanny or the monstrous, a being that defies categorization and challenges the boundaries of the natural world. This enduring legacy speaks to the chimera's powerful grip on the human imagination. Whether seen as a myth, a metaphor, or a scientific phenomenon, the chimera represents the blending of boundaries and the exploration of what lies beyond. Its story continues to inspire awe, curiosity, and a sense of wonder, reminding us of the limitless possibilities of both imagination and reality. Once upon a time, in the shadowed realms of Greek mythology, there existed a creature unlike any other, a being so strange and fearsome that it defied the natural order. The chimera was not just one creature, but a fusion of three: the roaring might of a lion, the eerie persistence of a goat, and the lethal strike of a serpent. To make it even more terrifying, this monstrous fusion breathed fire, its flames capable of reducing even the bravest warriors to ashes. But the chimera's story isn't just one of terror. It's a story of wonder, imagination, and the timeless human need to explain the inexplicable. In ancient Greece, myths weren't mere stories. They were the lenses through which people understood the world. The chimera may have been born from the imagination of a storyteller, but its legacy suggests it held a deeper meaning. To the Greeks, it symbolized chaos, the merging of elements that shouldn't coexist. The lion, the king of beasts, represented raw power. The goat, a creature of earth and fertility, symbolized stability, and the serpent, a cunning predator, stood for danger and unpredictability. Together, they formed a creature that was more than the sum of its parts, a force of nature untamed and unstoppable. Then came Bellerophon, a hero tasked with a seemingly impossible mission: to slay the chimera. Armed with courage, intelligence, and the help of Pegasus, the winged horse, he rose to the challenge. Instead of meeting the beast head-on, Bellerophon took to the skies, attacking from above, where the chimera's fiery breath couldn't reach. His victory was not just a tale of strength, but of strategy and adaptability. The chimera's story doesn't end there. Over the centuries, it became more than just a myth. It transformed into a symbol for the impossible, for dreams that seem unattainable but can be pursued with creativity and determination. The term chimera came to signify something fantastical, a vision that exists only in the mind but has the power to inspire and motivate. In modern science, the chimera lives on in an unexpected way. Scientists have borrowed its name to describe organisms that carry cells from two different sources, biological chimeras. These breakthroughs in genetic engineering are as awe-inspiring as the myth itself, showing how blending the unblendable can lead to astonishing discoveries. The chimera's enduring legacy reminds us of an essential truth. The most extraordinary creations often come from the merging of the unexpected. Its tale teaches us that what seems chaotic and impossible can be understood, tamed, and even used to inspire. So, whenever you face a challenge that feels insurmountable, think of the chimera, not just as a monster, but as a symbol of creativity, resilience, and the boundless power of human imagination. It's a reminder that even the most terrifying beasts can be conquered with courage and ingenuity. And so, the story of the chimera teaches us something profound, that the greatest challenges often appear monstrous, chaotic, and impossible to overcome. Yet, just as Bellerophon rose above the chimera with courage and ingenuity, so can we rise above the trials that confront us. The chimera, with all its fearsome strength and fiery breath, wasn't just a creature to be feared. It was a test of resilience, of creativity, and a belief in one's own ability to conquer the unconquerable. Today, its legacy reminds us that the impossible is often just an invitation to think differently, to act boldly, and to find strength we never knew we had. So, whether the chimera is a myth, a metaphor, or something else entirely, one truth remains. We all face our own chimeras in life. They may take the form of daunting challenges, overwhelming fears, or dreams that feel just out of reach. But if we approach them with determination and a spark of imagination, we can transform what once seemed insurmountable into a triumph of the human spirit. The chimera is more than a monster. It's a reminder that within chaos lies potential, and within us lies the power to shape our own heroic stories.